Hi everyone, so in this video I'm just going to be talking about my labour and delivery. Baby Alfie was born on the 14th of April 2016 at 10:13 a.m. The labour only lasted for about 5 hours and started at about 5:30 in the morning. I woke up with a few cramps and they started beginning to come in waves by about 6 o'clock, and they were coming quite quickly from the start. They were between 6 and 8 minutes to begin with and lasting for about 50 seconds, and then at about 7 o'clock-ish I phoned the hospital and they said to come on down because they were about 5 minutes apart by this point at about 7 o'clock, and they were quite strong. They were still only lasting for between 45 seconds and 50 seconds, but they were quite strong. When I was having one, I had to stop and breathe and focus on what was going on. So I said I would get ready slowly because I didn't want to rush getting there, and I had to phone up my sister-in-law so she could come and take us as well after she had done the school run. So Jay's sister-in-law came to our house for about 8:30ish, I think. I wasn't really focusing on the time. I was kind of focusing more on the breathing and each contraction. But when she arrived, we literally quickly grabbed my stuff and got in the car to go. I got Harry dressed quickly and he had to put him in the car, and all while I was getting him dressed and everything, I was still having contractions every like 4 to 5 minutes, and then I got in the car. And basically when we lived 30 minutes away from the hospital, and it took about 35 minutes to get there in rush hour, and throughout the entire journey I was having contractions, and my sister-in-law was timing them and she was saying they are getting closer, they're like 3 minutes apart, so we need to hurry up and get to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, I got out of the car and I literally said to Jay, I'm just going to walk, literally follow me, grab the stuff and just walk to the delivery suite. I wasn't stopping for anyone. I walked straight there, and I got there, and by this point I was in quite a bit of pain. They were coming every 2 to 3 minutes, each contraction lasting for over a minute, and I was struggling. I needed gas and air by this point. I got in there and she was like, okay, right, quickly, straight in the room, because she could tell I was progressing quickly, the midwife. And I was in the room for about a minute before another midwife came in and sort of like introduced herself as like the midwife that was going to be like taking care of me. And she was in the room for about a couple of minutes looking through my notes, and I suddenly said I wanted to push. I still had my trousers on, my clothes, my shoes, everything. So she got me straight up onto the bed and was like, quickly take your trousers off and everything, and she examined me and I was 8 centimetres, and she gave me a little bit of a stretch and she could stretch me to 10. So I was like, oh my god. And it was happening all really, really quickly. I'd only been in the hospital for about 15 minutes, and so she gave me the gas and air, and she was like, okay, I'm just going to go through everything quickly and just breathe on the gas and air. And within 10-15 minutes I was fully dilated and ready to properly push. Within the first push I'd done, my waters broke. They literally went everywhere. I still had my socks on and my socks got soaking. Sorry if that's a bit like TMI or anything, but this is a labour and delivery story. So yeah, the first push, literally waters broke. Second push, she could see his head. The third push he was crowning. And I remember literally I remember everything, because at this point I was having no gas in there or anything. I just wanted him out. I was in quite a bit of pain and I just wanted him out. So then within the next push his head was out, and then the next push he was completely out, and I had only been in the hospital for about 45-50 minutes. And yeah, it was quick. It was really, really quick. So yeah, at 10:13 a.m, baby Alfie was born. He was £8 1 ounce, and here he is. Yeah, I can't believe how quick it actually was. With Harry, my first son, I was in labour for only 4 hours, but out of that 4 hours I was pushing for an hour and a half, and then he ended up being delivered by ventouse. So for having a completely unaided delivery, completely natural, only with gas in there through the contractions but not through the actual pushing, I am so impressed with myself. Yeah, I had no tearing, no nothing. Yeah, so I was completely surprised. He came out really quick and easy. Yeah, I was so impressed. 5 hours later, or 5.5 hours later, I actually came home. So I was only actually in hospital for a total of about 6 hours. Yeah, and that's really quite impressive. I went into hospital for about 9:30 and came home at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah, and it was exactly what I wanted, to be in and out quickly, and yeah, I couldn't have asked for more. It was absolutely perfect.